Hello everyone, I'm Naval Yemal. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Data Master. In today's video, we are diving into modern data warehousing using Databricks. So we will cover everything from creating a schema, uploading a raw data into volumes, and creating a tables to building up a dashboards all using Databricks UI. So Databricks UI is truly an amazing and they have unleashed AI powered data warehousing for the future. So let's deep dive and explore what Databricks has to offer for the next generation of data warehousing. Before we get started, if you are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss out on any of our future videos. Now, let's start by looking at the Databricks interface. Let me click on to the catalog. And once you click on the catalog, so let me quickly explain what is catalog. So catalog is a top level container which holds all the schemas. Schemas are nothing but a databases in Databricks which holds all the objects. That objects can be your tables, views, and the functions. Tables can be of two types, managed table and external table. Views can be of different types like a standard view, temporary view, or a global view, and we have a functions. So I've explained all that. I'll leave you the link for those videos in the description, or you can check the I button here. You get a link of that. So I'm in the catalog. The catalog name is Data Master, and we already have few schemas. So let me create a schema without writing any SQL code, or if you want you can write programmatically also, but now this video is completely based on the modern data warehousing by the Databricks. I'll be just creating everything from the schemas to a dashboard by just an Databricks UI. So let me just click on this catalog, and once I click on the catalog, you can see here you get an option called create a schema. So let me just hit on this, and the moment I click on this, it is asking me to create a schema. So I'll just say that it's for the dashboarding or analytics. The data set name is a superstore data. So I'm working on the superstore data set. I'll be just giving a name called superstore. So location is just an optional. If you want, you can just pick it up. So what is storage location and the storage credential? I have explained that in my previous videos. You can check it in my channel. Let me just hit on this. So a new schema would be created, and you can see here within few seconds a new schema got created. So within the schemas you can create tables, volumes, models, and functions. So volumes is just like an you store the data in S3 or your ADLS, so it can handle all structured, semi-structured, unstructured data. You can store any kind of data inside our volumes. So it's so amazing. Inside a database, we can create a volumes and you can store any form of data in this volume. So it's just like your S3 or it's just like your ADLS or blob. So now let me just create a volume inside this, and to create a volume, it's really simple. Just click on this create button and you can see create a volume. So let me just click on this, and volume name, I'll just give a volume name as raw. And there are two types. You can create a managed volume and external volume. It's same like your managed table and the external table. Now let us keep it as managed volume and just hit on create button, and you can see a new volume would be created. A new directory in simple words is created, and the directory name is raw. So now I'm going to upload one raw CSV file in this volume, and from that raw file I would be creating a table. It would be a managed delta table, and from that table I would be creating a dashboard. So let me just hit on upload to this volume, and you can see here you can upload up to 100 files, and the maximum size is around 5 GB per file. So per file you can go up to maximum 5 GB. So I have a superstore CSV file here. I'll just drag it and just drop it here. Okay, I'll just drop it. It's around few MBs of data. So I'll just hit on upload a button. Upload, and now you can see superstore.csv file has been uploaded and the size is around 2.2 MB. Okay, so let me go back and show you. So I'm in the catalog. In the catalog, I've created a new schema. In schema, I have created a raw as a volume or a directory. In that volume, I can see I have a CSV file and the name of that file is Superstore CSV, and you get a complete path of that. So when you hit on these three dots, you can see you get an option called create a table. Now our warehouse is not started, so you need a SQL warehouse to do this. Here you can see create table. So your cluster or a warehouse is not active. So you can go here on the compute tab and then you can hit on the SQL warehouse, or in this at the top you can see here. So I have one warehouse already been created before and the name is Data Master SQL warehouse. I'll just hit on this and here I get an option to start and close. So I'll just start it within few seconds. As it's a serverless, it will start it in few seconds. So once it's started, we can just click on these three dots and you get that option called create table again. Now your cluster has been, your serverless SQL warehouse has been started and it's running. You can click on these three dots and you can see create table. Beautiful and really very simple. You can upload all JSON, Parquet, CSV and so on. If you need some other examples, please do let me know in the description. I'll add some other files and show you how to create a table by using the UI. So let me just click on create a table, and once you click on table, it is asking me the details. So we have a catalog data master and I'll choose a schema called Superstore schema, and now the table name it is selecting by default as a super underscore store, and it is previewing the table here. You have some advanced attributes like what column delimiter we have. So by default it has picked up as a comma delimiter. And do you need a headers? Do you want to automatically detect the data types, that is your inferring schema and all those things? You can select the advanced attribute. So I'll just cancel out and this is what your data looks like. Beautiful. And you can see here in detail you get all the column headers with a correct data type. So you can see here it's already integer, it's a text, it's a date. Just in case if you want to change it, you can just click on this and you can easily change the data type you want or you are looking for. So simple guys, you can say with just few clicks you can do that. And one more beautiful feature what I found out is you can simply exclude the column if you don't want it. So in real time you might have many columns, and if you want to exclude few of them, so just hit on this button and you can see exclude column. So the moment you click on this exclude column, this column would be excluded. So if you want, you can just again include that column again, or if you want to, if you have a long list, instead of scrolling horizontally, you can change the mode from horizontal to vertical and you get a list of all the columns, and where you can check the quick few records, and also you can check the data type, and even if you want to exclude the column you can do it from here. Now I'm not going to exclude anything. So by default your UI is giving you a rescue data, so I really don't need this. I'll just exclude it, and now I'll just hit the button called create table, and within few seconds, trust me, within few seconds a new table would be created and the table name would be Superstore. Let us wait for a minute. Beautiful. You can see here. So inside this schema, let me refresh. Inside a Superstore, you should see a new table and the table name is super underscore store. You can see a table is created. You can look at the sample data and you can check the details. Oh, this is your sample data. It looks beautiful. And you can check the details, quick details, like it's a managed table. And if you come to the overview, you should see that it's a delta table. Cool. So we get all the features of the delta here. And you can set up the permissions. You can look at the history. So if I click on the history, you can see the operation. The operation is CTAS. So if you are using a UI also, behind the scene, it is writing a simple CTAS statement, that is create table as select, and your table is created. You get a lineage, all the details. We will come back to this part later on. Now let me just come to the overview. Let me show you how Databricks people are now really using this AI features. So here you have column masking. I'll take this column masking to the next part. I'll explain that in the next part. Now we have a AI suggested comments. If you want, you can just accept this. So there would be a comment created, sorry, there will be a comment created for this table. You can see this is a comment, and now comment for each and every column. So if you want to enrich your table and if someone want to read your table, they don't really need to check the sample data every time. Just click on AI generated and there would be a comment created for each and every column. So that is so amazing. You can see here unique identifier for each row in the table. You can just take it if you want it. You can just enable this. So this is a ship date, this is the order date. You can just accept it. And let me go pick up few things here. Okay, category, subcategory, sales, quantity, and the discount. Okay, I'll pick few of this. Okay, cool. So you can see here, this is all truly amazing, guys. Just an AI features, and you can write all the comment in the column names and for the table. So we used to struggle a lot giving all the comment each and every column. We used to play around with this. Now it's so simple with this AI suggestion. They have suggesting you if you want to make any changes, you are happy to do that. Just double click on it and you can change the comment also. Now it looks beautiful now. Now let us proceed further, creating or building up a dashboard on top of this data. So from a raw CSV file, I have created a table without writing any single code. And now moving further, I'm going to build up a dashboard. So now the dashboard is within the Databricks itself and it's an AI powered dashboard. You can see here, you got a button called open in a dashboard. Even you can connect this to your Power BI or Tableau, but let us do this all in the Databricks SQL dashboard only. So you get the dashboard button or an option to choose from the pane you can see here, or let me just click on this open in a dashboard. Let me click on this and you would see a new dashboard. Beautiful. You can see you got a dashboard which has two options here. One is canvas and second tab is data. So this dashboard is actually a new dashboard. So Databricks has a legacy dashboard also. So if you just go back to the dashboard options, you would see legacy one, that is an old one. So we will be talking about the new dashboard only. So this is a AI powered dashboard. So here you have a data tab and you have a canvas. So by default, they are just throwing you or giving you a complete table. So I don't recommend taking this table. It doesn't make any sense here. So I'll just delete this. Okay. And they have some comment here like dashboard for the superstore. You can just double click and if you can just remove all this and just keep us a simple title, that is a dashboard for a superstore table. Okay. It looks good. Now you can see here we have few tabs, like you can select it and you can start adding a visual. So if you hit on this, you can see here you get a visual here. So you can ask for the assistant to create a new chart. They are suggesting you few questions here and you get a text box. You can just click on this text box and you can add some text here. So at the top, I'm just adding a text. For example, I'll put to Ash and I'll say that this is a superstore dashboard. Okay. I'm just showing you how you can beautifully add the text. Okay, so I'll just added a text. Now I don't need this. I'll just right click on this and click delete from that. And now even you can adjust it. It's a dashboard. You can just drag and drop it wherever you want. And even you can resize this. Beautiful. You can resize this. Okay, so we'll just resize it. And now you have a widget also. So how to add a widget or how to add a filter, or it is called a field parameter. We will see that in few minutes. Now you get a two tabs here. This is all about the canvas. So if you click on any of the visual, you get some details here, like which visual do you want and what you want in the x-axis, y-axis, colors, and do you want the labels. Okay, now let me switch to the data tab here. And once I click on the data tab, so by default, it is showing you one query, that is select star from the table name. You can create a new SQL queries from here. So let me just click on this creator from SQL and you can just double click on it. So let me just say segment wise sales, segment sales. Let me write a query on this. So I'll just write select star from the superstore data, superstore, and let me run this. Okay, so I have to use a schema. So now you can see here in the data tab itself, you get a catalog that helps you to find out which catalog, which schema, and so on. So amazing. You can check. So you can just hit on this. I'll remove and I'll just click on this and you can see a complete table is inserted I mean, your 3 level namespace has been inserted. So let me do one thing here. I'll just write a segment and I'll group it by segment. I'll just say group by segment, group by segment. And now I would like to do a quick count or a sum of the sales. Okay, let me check the sales column here. So now you might be thinking like you told all about the UI and now you are writing a query. So just I'll take few minutes guys. Let me show you how actually this data type and canvas looks like. And from there, I'll show you everything by using a UI. Okay, so let me write it here as total sales, total sales. Cool. Let me just run this and beautifully there would be a result. So segment wise total sales, and now I'll be just going back to my data set list, and this is my query which is stored inside this. I'll go back to my canvas. I'll just hit on this. Now I'm not using an AI assistant here. I'm just doing it manually. For one visual I'll do it manually. For all visuals I'll be doing it by using an AI assistant. So here I'll be getting these two data sets. One is Superstore and second is segment sales. Just now we have created it. Just hit on this and now it will ask you the visualization. Like I'll take a bar chart for this, and x-axis I would like to take a segment here in the x-axis, and in the y-axis I would like to take a total sales. Beautiful. You can see that within few minutes you can, just by writing a simple SQL query, we have created this visual. But again, we are writing a query here. If you ask me that without writing a query, I have a list of all the business questions. My manager is asking me all this. Can I do the analytics quickly? Yes, you can do that. And let me show you. So let me just on these data labels and it looks really beautiful. Now I have few questions here on my other screen. So please allow me to pull out some queries from there. Let me do that. Okay. So I have few questions ready for this demo. I'll just pick it from here. Okay. Okay, cool. So here's the list. I want to know that which customer segment contributes to most of the sales. I guess we have done it just now, but let us do it again by using an assistant. So I have a question list now. I'll just put it in the assistant, asking the assistant to create a chart, nothing else. I'll just copy and paste it. I'll show you the question here. The question says, okay, which customer segment from these contribute to the most of the sales? I'll just click on submit and you can see the results. Oh wow, beautiful. You can see that. You can just accept it. You can change the title. Obviously, you can change the title. So I'll just on the data labels for this, and whatever we have done it and whatever the assistance is giving you is answers are same. You can check that. So segment wise total sales. Beautiful. So you got a correct answers. So now let me go and talk about the sales performance. Now I want to know that what is a monthly trend sales and profit across the different region. So the query is complex. Now let me add one visual here, and now let me take the help of the assistants. So the question is, what is the monthly trend in the sales and the profit across different region? So here you need to group it by the region, then you talk about the sales and then the profit, and you are looking at the monthly trend. So let us see how this assistant is, what type of visual does it gives. Okay, wow, beautiful. You can see this, guys. Monthly trend, you can see in the x-axis. I'm really excited to see these results. So you can see from the January 2016 to January 2019, and you can see the central region is performing in this way, east, south, and the west. So even you can click on this, control click, you can see this. You can click on this to see the how your visual is really interacting with that particular region. You can just control click on all this, or you can click on show all to get the amazing result. So I have a few complex use cases also. Let me take one more visual, guys. Let me take a visual, and I'm really surprised to see all this. Then the next question is, I want to know which product has the highest return on the investment based on the profit margins. So not an easy question, guys. You can see this. Which product has the highest return on investment based on the profit margins? Let me check whether it's going to pick up the graph. Product which has highest return on investment. Oh, cool. You can see that really an amazing, guys. I did not try this before. I you can see here you got a graph, so it shows you that okay, this product has the highest profit and this product has the highest sales or loss. So for this, I guess we need to have a more space here. Let me accept this. Amazing, guys, you can see this. Amazing. So you can ask a simple question also. Let me do that. So here I'll just stick to what is my total sales. Okay, total sales. I'll write a very simple question, total sales, and let me just run this. Oh, it's by default, and it's by default taking up the segment. Let me just remove this. Yeah, cool. This is my total sales, but I don't want a bar chart. I want a counter here. Beautiful. Yes, my total sales is 2.3 million sales for the entire data set. And you can see this. Amazing, guys. You can play around with this. You can create a really more meaningful by just writing a simple SQL query. So the data warehousing, the analytics is truly changing, and Databricks is really an amazing tool for doing all this. And let me tell you about the next part, that is your in Power BI we use it like a slicer, and here also we get that filters. So let me add a filter. Let me just hit on this, and you click. I mean, I'll just put it before the title, and let me click on this. So it's asking me to select a parameter or to filter. So here it's up to you whether you want a single value or a multiple value or a date picker or a date range picker or any text entry or range slider. There are so many things here. Let me choose the simple multiple values, and it is asking me what field do you want in that. Let me just go to this and take a superstore. In the superstore, I'll be taking up a country or the region. It looks cool now. You can see that. Oh, we have only United States here. Let me take a state. Let me take a state. I'll search it. So amazing. Yeah, let me just click on this, and wow, you can see that so many things here. Let me just pick up one. I want to see whether everything is getting interacted or not. Let me check California. Yeah, you can see your west region has been selected and other visuals are interacting. I can see that this visual did not interact. I need to figure out why it did not interact, but you can do this. Okay, now let me take other field here. Let me just click on this, and I want to check the date slicer, how the date range picker works. Let me take this, and inside this I'm going to pick up the superstore, and here I have a order date. Let me just take order date. Yeah, I can take it from the start date to the end date. So if I want to check monthly sales and the yearly sales and so on, I can do it. So the data set is from 2016 to 2019. So let me pick any one date from that. So I'll just go back 2016. Cool. And here we have January also. So I guess let me, yeah. And oh, cool. You can see here few dates are not active because we do not have any sales on that. And yeah, you can see here it's not active. But if you go back, cool, you can see here few dates are active. So these this shows that the sales have happened on these days. So for example, I want it from 9th of July to maybe 9th of August. It's a random date. I just want to check. Oh, cool, beautiful. And let me just check whether the, yeah, cool, you can see that. So your trend that was happening in the sales versus profit in all the different regions, you can track it here, and even you can check the profit and the highest return on investment for these products on that particular date. So really an amazing thing, guys. You can see that. So this is all what we have built a dashboard. So I'll just click on publish, and let me click on publish. Yeah, your dashboard has been published. You can just go back to the dashboard, and you get a superstore, today's date and timestamp. You can rename that later on. So let me hit on this. As I told you that we have two dashboarded. One is legacy, the previous one, the former one, and now we have a latest one called a lakeside dashboard. And you can build this AI powered dashboard within few seconds by just writing a simple query. If you have any specific questions, if you want me to try anything else apart from this, I would be really happy to help you on that. Please do leave a comment in on this video, guys. I'll take those and I'll try to cover those in the next video. So thank you for watching, guys. I'll have a very quick recap. So starting with creating a schema, uploading a data into the volume, and then creating a table and creating a beautiful dashboard all by using a Databricks UI, not writing any simple code. So this would be a really a game changer for all the data warehousing, a modern data warehousing in the future. So I hope you like this video. Please share it with your friends. Please subscribe to my channel, and thank you. See you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.